Hello friends, welcome all of you. I am Poonam Patil from KKWCABT NAS. Today we are going to see leadership. Leadership is a subject has long excited interest among people. The term connotes images of powerful dynamic individuals who command victorious armies, direct corporate empires. Much of our description of history is the story of military, political, religious, and social leaders who are created or blamed for important historical events, even though we do not understand very well how the events were caused or how much influence the leader really had. The widespread fascination with leadership may be because it is such a mysterious process as well as one that touches everyone's life. The term leadership is a word taken from the common vocabulary and incorporated into technical vocabulary of a scientific discipline without being precisely redefined. As a consequence, it carries connotations that create ambiguity of meaning. Additional confusion is caused by the use of other imprecise terms such as power, authority, management, administration, control, and supervision. So let's see what is exactly leadership. John Maxwell has said, a leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. Really, leader is a person who is showing the way, who really know what is the way, and who really walk on that way also. So, leadership. It is a process by which a person influences other to accomplish an objective and directs the organization in a way that makes it more cohesive and coherent. Leadership is the ability of an individual to influence, motivate, and enable to others contribute toward the effectiveness and success of the organization. Leadership is the behavior of an individual directing the activities of a group toward a shared goal. Let's see the definition. Livingston. Leadership is the ability to awaken the desire to follow a common objective. Whereas George Terry says leadership is an relationship in which one person influences others to work together willingly on related tasks to attain what the leader desires. The leadership is all about courage, assigning people, and bringing the best in others more than their potentials. To stand out among the crowd and learn through the subconscious mind is the key to leaders of tomorrow's. Let's see what are different styles of leadership. Autocratic. Autocratic leadership style is centered on the boss. In this leadership, the leader holds all authority and responsibility. In this leadership, leaders make decisions on their own without consulting subordinates. They reach decisions, communicate them to subordinates, and expect prompt implementation. Autocratic work environment does normally have little or no flexibility. Second is democratic. In this leadership style, subordinates are involved in making decisions. Unlike autocratic, this leadership is centered on subordinates' contribution. The democratic leader holds final responsibility, but he or she is known to delegate authority to other people who determine work projects. The most unique feature of this leadership is that communication is active upward and downward. Next is strategic leadership. It is one of that involves a leader who is essentially the head of an organization. The strategic leader is not limited to those at top of organization. It is geared to a wider audience to all levels who want to create a high level performance in life, team, or organization. The strategic leader fills the gap between the need for new possibilities and the need for practicality by providing a perspective set of habits. An effective strategic leader delivers the good in terms of what an organization naturally expects from its leadership in time of exchange. Next is transformational leadership. Unlike other leadership styles, transformational leadership is all about initiating change in organization, groups, oneself, and others. Transformational leaders motivate others to do more than they originally intended and often even more than they thought possible. They set more challenging expectations and typically achieve their higher performance. Next is cross culture leadership. This form of leadership normally exists where there are various cultures in the society. This leadership has also industrialized as a way to recognize frontrunners who work in the contemporary globalized market. Organizations, particularly international ones, require leaders who can effectively adjust their leadership to work in different environments. Next is laissez-faire. Laissez-faire leadership gives authority to employees. Subordinates are allowed to work as they choose with minimal or no interference. According to research, this kind of leadership has been consistently found to be the least satisfying and least effective management style. Next is coaching. Coaching leadership involves teaching and supervising followers. A coaching leader is highly operational in setting where results performance require improvement. Basically, in this kind of leadership, followers are helped to improve their skills. Coaching leadership does the following: motivate followers, inspire followers, and encourage followers. Last is visionary. This form of leadership involves leaders who recognize that the method, steps, and processes of leadership are all obtained with through people. Most great and successful leaders have the aspect of vision in them. However, those who are highly visionary are the ones considered to be exhibiting visionary leadership. Outstanding leaders are always transform their visions into realities. So these are different styles of leadership according to the condition which leadership style is going to be selected. Now, the leader must possess some qualities. Which are that qualities? Let's see. Communication. Effective team leaders communicate clearly. Quality, verbal and written communication skills allow leaders to present expectations to team member in a way worker can understand. Communication skill also allow team leaders to listen input of others. Second is respectful. A quality team leader is respectful of his team members. A respectful leader empowers by encouraging employees to offer ideas about decisions that affect them. Next is integrity. An effective team leader is honest and open with his team members. He possesses integrity, gains the trust of team members because he does what he says, and he will do and treat others in the same way. Influential. Influential leader help inspire the commitment of team members to meet company goals and objectives. Influential leaders also help manage change in the workplace by gaining the confidence of workers through effective decision making and communication. Next is ability to delegate. Delegation certain tasks to trustworthy team members allows the leader to focus on improving workplace function and production. Next is facilitator. As a facilitator, team leader help worker understand their goals. They also help organize an action plan to ensure team members meet their goals and objective efficiently. Next is open-minded. Work to consider all opinion when making decisions. A strong leader will evaluate input, criticism from all employees and work for betterment of organization as a whole. Last one is rewarding. An exceptional leader will recognize the efforts of others and positively reinforce those actions. All enjoy being recognized for our actions. So these are the quality of an effective leader. One can by following this quality become a good leader and appreciated by his team members. Thank you.